Hi, welcome back to Shop Talk. I'm Janine Wright, editor of Greenhouse Grower Magazine, and I'm here with our other two editors on the brand, Matthew Grassi and Brian Sparks. And we want to talk to you about the coronavirus and some of the events and things that are going on in the controlled environment industry. So let's start off with CAST. I'm sure you've been seeing the news. There's a lot of cancellations. I think we have heard from most of the companies involved. Still looking to hear from Ball and Duman, Centauri. There's a few that we haven't heard anything from yet, but we'll keep you updated on those developments. But it's just an interesting, unprecedented thing. It's going to be interesting to see how these guys get the information out about these new varieties to the growers and brokers. And then I just keep thinking about how much money and time goes into that event, and it's got to be disappointing for these breeders to have to cancel and stuff. It's kind of, hard thing, I'm sure.
And as we all know, this is an ever-changing and very fluid topic. One of the things that we're doing as an editorial team is constantly reaching out to growers, industry suppliers of all sorts to kind of get their perspective on how things are affecting them, whether it's travel, whether it's their ability to get supplies for growing from different areas of the country or the world. It's changing constantly. We're trying to do our best to stay on top of that.
Yeah. One of the things I've been hearing just in talking to people is looking at some of the retailers, the grower retailers, that there's this fear that if the coronavirus keeps going, it's, people might be staying home. That means they may not be buying plants. And for the spring season, as we're heading into that, that's a big concern for, I'm sure, growers and retailers, because if that scenario kept going, you could have plants sitting in the greenhouse, things not selling, and that could have, some impacts on our industry that could be interesting. And hopefully it won't go that long, but, just something I've been thinking about and hearing from people, just some of the concerns that they have about it. Also, the cannabis hemp side, we're hearing a few things. Matt sent us an email this morning just talking about the loans and the things that are going on there.
One tiny sliver of positive news out of this whole deal is with the Trump administration lowering the interest rates, refinancing or even financing new greenhouse expansion projects, new builds is looking a little bit more viable with the lower interest rates for growers. And so that's a tiny, tiny sliver of good news with this just unfortunate situation.
For sure.
And then on the other end of that, there's the whole retail side of cannabis, which we're hearing reports, they're pretty freaked out if people aren't in the stores purchasing product. Where is that product going to go? We all know that in a lot of markets, there's a lot of close contact in some of those retail. You're standing in line close to people, and that's just not going to be popular going forward here in the short term. So really hoping that that the industry can figure this out and rebound.
Yeah, there's a lot of repercussions in there. I heard on the news the other day that one of the challenges might be for the cannabis growers is with the problems with the stock market, that getting funding, getting investors could be a little bit of a challenge right now.
Yes.
So that's the thing. On the veg side, recent things coming out from PMA about, if you have concerns about the food safety, that as far as they know, this is not transferred through food.
Yes.
So if you look at the vegetables, fresh vegetables, things like that, as far as we know, it's not transferred through food, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Thing. So we'll be keeping you up to date on this. So be sure and check greenhousegrower.com for articles and things, as we'll be watching, the recent developments and what's going on with not only CAST, but other areas in the controlled environment and how this is impacting our industry. And we'd love to hear from you how this is affecting you, or what's going on in your part, or concerns that you may have. We'd love to get your thoughts on that. So be sure and reach out to any of us via email or comment on the website. We'd love to hear what's going on.
And you should see our email addresses on the screen too. So if you want to reach out to any of us personally, please do so.